You are asked to design a newsfeed system. Newsfeed is the constantly updating list of stories in the middle of your homepage. Newsfeed status updates, photos, videos, links, app activity, likes from people, pages, groups that you follow on Facebook. This is a popular interpretation. Similar versions commonly are designed Facebook newsfeed, Instagram feed, Twitter timeline. Is this a mobile app or a web app? Both. What are the important features? A user can publish a post and see her friends' posts in the newsfeed page. Is the newsfeed sorted by reverse chronological order or any particular order? Posts from your close friends have higher scores. To keep let us assume the feed is sorted in reverse chronological order. How many friends can a user have? What is the traffic volume? Can it feed content images, videos, just we focus on designing the system. The design is divided into two flows: feed publishing and newsfeed building. When a user publishes a post, corresponding data is written into cache and database. A post is uploaded to her friend's newsfeed. For simplicity, let us assume the newsfeed is built by aggregating friends' posts in reverse chronological order. The newsfeed APIs are the primary ways for clients to communicate with servers. Those APIs are HTTP based that allow clients to perform actions, which include posting a status, retrieving newsfeed. We discussed two most important APIs: Speed Publishing API and Newsfeed API. To publish a post, HTTP request will be sent to the server. The API is shown below. The API to retrieve newsfeed is shown below. Look the high-level design of the feed publishing flow. A user can view newsfeed on a browser or mobile app. A user makes a post with content "Hello" through API. Load balancer distributes traffic to web servers. Web servers redirect traffic to different internal services. Post persist posts in the database and cache. Push new contents to friends' newsfeed. Newsfeed data is stored in the cache for fast retrieval. Inform friends that new content is available. Send out push notifications. In this section, we discuss how newsfeed is built behind the scenes. User sends a request to retrieve a newsfeed. The request looks like this. The load balancer redirects traffic to web servers. Web servers route request to newsfeed service. Newsfeed service fetches newsfeed from the cache. Stores newsfeed IDs needed to render the newsfeed. The high-level design briefly covered two flows: feed publishing and newsfeed building. Here we discuss those topics in more depth. Figure outlines the detailed design for feed publishing. We have discussed most of the components in high-level design, and we will focus on two components: web servers and fan-out service. Besides communication with clients, web servers enforce authentication and rate limiting. Only users signed in with valid auth token are allowed to make posts. Fanout is the process of delivering a post to all friends. Two types of fanout models are available: fanout on write, also called push model; fanout on read, also called pull model. Both models have pros and cons. We explain their workflows and explore the best approach to support our system. With this approach, newsfeed is pre-computed during write time. A new post is delivered to friends' cache immediately after it is published. The newsfeed is generated in real time and can be pushed to the friends immediately. Fetching newsfeed is fast because the newsfeed is pre-computed during write time. If a user has many friends, fetching the friend list and generating newsfeeds for all of them are slow and time consuming. It is called a hotkey problem. For inactive users or those rarely logged in, pre-computing newsfeeds waste computing resources. The newsfeed is generated during read time. This is an on-demand model. Recent posts are pulled when a user loads a homepage. For inactive users or those who rarely log in, fan out or read works better because it will not waste computing resources on them. Data is not pushed to friends, so there is no hotkey problem. We adopt a hybrid approach to get benefits of both approaches and avoid pitfalls in them. Since fetching the newsfeed is first crucial, we use a push model for majority of users. For celebrities who have many friends, we let followers pull news content on demand to avoid system overload. Consistent hashing is a useful technique to mitigate. Let us take a close look at fanout service. Fetch friend IDs from the Graph database. Graph databases are suited for managing friend relationship and friend recommendations. Interested readers wishing to learn more about this concept should refer to the reference material. Get friends info from the user cache. The system then filters out friends based on user settings. If you mute someone, her post will not show up on your newsfeed, even though you are still friends. Another reason why posts may not show is that a user could selectively share information with specific friends or hide it from other people. Send friends list to new post ID after the message queue. Fan out workers fetch data from the message queue and store newsfeed data in the newsfeed cache. You can think of the newsfeed cache as this mapping table. Whenever a new post is made, it will be appended to the newsfeed table as shown in the figure. The memory consumption can become very large if you store the entire user and post published in the cache. If not only IDs are stored, to keep the memory size small, we set a configurable limit. The chance of a user scrolling through thousands of posts in newsfeed is slim. Most users are only interested in the latest content, so the cache miss rate is low. Low, 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 low. Newsfeed retrieval deep dive. Illustrates the detailed design for newsfeed retrieval. A user sends a request to retrieve her newsfeed. The request looks like this. The load balancer redistributes requests to new web servers. Web servers call the newsfeed service to fetch newsfeeds. Newsfeed service gets a list post IDs from the newsfeed cache. A user's newsfeed is more than just a list of feed IDs. It contains username, profile, post content, etc. The newsfeed service fetches the complete user and post updates from caches to construct the fully hydrated newsfeed. Cache is extremely important for newsfeed system. We divide the cache into five layers: newsfeed, content, hot cache, normal, social graph, follower, following, action, like, replied, others, counters, like counter, reply counter, other counters. Newsfeed. It stores IDs of newsfeeds. Content. It stores every post data, social graph, actions, counters. In this chapter, we designed a newsfeed system. Our design contains two flows: feed publishing and newsfeed retrieval. Like any system design interview questions, there is no perfect way to design a system. Every company has its unique constraints, and you must design a system to fit those requirements. Understanding the trade offs of your design and technology choices are important. If there are few minutes left, you can talk about scalability issues. To avoid duplicated discussion, only high-level talking points are listed below. Vertical scaling versus horizontal scaling, SQL versus NoSQL, master-slave replication, read replicas, sharding, database models, consistency models, other talking points, keep web tier stateless, cache data as much as you can, support multiple data centers, lose couple components with message queues, monitor key metrics, for instance, queries per second during peak hours and latency while users refreshing their newsfeed are interesting to monitor. Congratulations on getting this far. Now give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. How newsfeed works: Facebook.com help 32713101403629 Friend of friend recommendations, Neo4j and SQL servers. http://gigswithblogs.net Brendan page slash archive slash 2015 slash 10 slash 26 slash friend of friend recommendations with neo4j.aspx. Bye bye. 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 Bye bye.